Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm our banner pilot. This is gonna be kind of a one-off video. I'm not gonna go too deep into showing off the gameplay because I don't feel like my gameplay really does this game a whole lot of justice. There are plenty of other YouTubers playing it right now. But I did kind of want to show off the game that I've been talking a little bit about while we were playing the other marathon, that being 2025's marathon. This is the closed alpha. Pretty cool so far. I've played it for the past 2 days, hence why I haven't really been posting any other videos lately. But yeah, I figured I'd get back into it with this. We'll continue the other marathon playthrough here soon. I just wanted to get as much gameplay with this as I possibly could. But yeah, so far it's been pretty eventful. The closed alpha goes on till May 4th, so you still have your opportunities to get an alpha key. So definitely go join the Discord and see if you can nab yourself a alpha key. I don't know how easy they are to get nowadays. I've heard a lot of people struggling to get them. Hopefully they rectify that here soon. And hopefully they extend the alpha's time out. But we'll see what happens. But for the meantime, I figure we'll go ahead and jump into it. I need to find my mouse. There it is. Anyway, let's do it. So, a little bit of a different aesthetic from the game that we have been playing. Marathon's definitely come a long ways since its Macintosh days. Wow, way to show that off. I did die last night. Well, no, this is from when my network went out, so kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah, like I said, I'm probably not the best person to show off the gameplay here because I'm relatively new to the genre. This is an extraction shooter as opposed to what Marathon normally is, which is a full-blown like first-person shooter adventure type of game. Well, more so a first-person shooter. But yeah, you can see pretty much what happened last night. I was doing a contract. I'll get into that here in a minute. Well, we'll deep dive into this here in a bit. But yeah, I was doing a deep dive, or I was doing a contract for Traxxas, which is a name that I think I've brought up a couple times. But they're one of the factions that you can work for in this game, and I was supposed to do like do some damage to some UESC robots. Clearly, I got one section done, but the other section I got destroyed. Well, no, I DC'd, so sucks, but it is what it is. But here is the game, or at least the lobby anyway. Hopefully, you guys aren't having too much trouble hearing me. I know the music can be kind of loud, but we're gonna do what we can. I kind of have to have the volume up kind of loud, just because you really rely on sound in this game. So footsteps and gunfire, you have to keep an ear out for that. Otherwise, well, you're kind of hosed. I am not playing with randos in this game. I prefer, if I'm gonna play online with other people, and this goes for Halo to a slightly lesser extent, but any online multiplayer type of game, I typically prefer to play with friends. So I'm turning off the crew fill. So I will be going into these solo. I'm not going to do a whole lot of this. Because, like I said, I'm not really too great at this game. Over the past 2 days, I have died probably like 25 times. Which would be mitigated if I did play with other players. But like I said, I prefer to play on my own or with close friends. So we're going to leave it at that. But anyway, yeah. Let's see what we got here. So where do we begin? This here's your character. You can change the type of character that you want to be. It is hero centric based. I feel. I don't know. It feels kind of like. It feels kind of like TF2's character select or class select, I should say. Team Fortress 2, for those who don't know what I'm talking about. But you have four different runners you can choose from. I main the Locusts. Basically, they have the ability to launch missile pods for like I think 30 seconds, as long as the ability is like activated. There's also the Riot Barricade, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a riot shield that you project with like hard light or something like that. I don't know. It's neat though. I use the Riot Barricade a lot more than any of my other abilities, but all of them kind of come into play. I'm not gonna get too deep into the abilities because again, I feel like there's other people who can explain it a little bit better. And like I said, I only really focus on Locust. So, but there's also Glitch. They also have. There's also voice acting for some of these. Glitch is, from what I understand, they're like a movement-based class, so they can run a lot faster. I guess they have the ability to disrupt. Oh no, that's the cannon thing from the story video. It's kind of like the deflector from Halo Infinite, for those of you who have played that. It basically just pushes people away. I think it also hurts you a little bit, but I've never been hit with it, so. But their prime ability is an overcharge to their movement systems, so they can run really fast and pop out weapons really fast too.
Suffering will be their reward.
Blackbird is kind of like your they're kind of like your radar unit essentially. I think the Echo Pulse kind of works like oh well, it says right there. It uses a sonar pulse, so it basically just it's a location reveal. So if there's enemies around you or whatever in that Echo Pulse's range, it'll show what's in your area. So very handy. And then the tracker drone, I think, is kind of like the thing from Rainbow Six Siege, where it's just a little drone that you can send out, and it's a passive drone that goes out and like blows up enemies and stuff that are around you. So kind of neat. And then Void,
let's hunt.
They're the stealth unit. They have the ability to deploy a smoke screen, so it's basically a team mechanic, so protects all your buddies and stuff. And then the main thing that I see them used for is their active camo. If you've played Halo, you know exactly what that is. Makes you invisible. Super nifty. It's really effective in this game from what I have seen. That being said, I've killed a handful of voids, so yeah. A lot more than I've killed glitches. Glitches, I think, are probably the higher tier enemy to go against, just because of how fast they are. We'll see them on the battlefield, I'm sure. But I always stick as the Locust. I don't know. It just looks closer to the original character from the original games. And I've always played a tank type character, and that's pretty much what they end up being. So, but yeah. Apart from the runner selection, you also have your loadout. Wouldn't be a extraction shooter without it. So I died, so all my stuff is gone. But that's okay. I have backup stuff. Not a whole lot, but enough. I am gonna buy the Cyber Acme thing. So I feel like if I'm gonna go out there against other higher player units and stuff, I might as well get something that's a little less valuable. So why not? Plus, it usually gives me some good stuff. So, But the black market's basically your store for buying stuff. It's where you spend your credits. So after doing contracts with certain companies, they give you sponsor kits. They can unlock new stuff for you to buy if it's available in their store. You have to do a certain amount of contracts to unlock those things, but it comes around. And I think you also have to get upgrades too, which is unlocked by doing contracts. And then the upgrades themselves can be purchased using materials that you find. So, like in my vault, I can kind of show aluminum rods, hydrocarbon rubber, bunch of other materials that I'm not going to go too deep into because I feel like that would take forever. But keep an eye out for them. There's some things that are just automatically sold when you get back to, or when you get out of the map. But some of those materials you keep and you use those to upgrade or to buy access to upgrades and stuff. So eventually I'll be able to get the close and personal core, I guess, which is just a little upgrade to your runner. Makes you survive a lot longer. But with that being said, that's pretty much the gist of it. I would show like equipping stuff, but like I said, I kind of want to make this a little bit quicker. Factions, we'll go into that because that's kind of the meat and butter of making money in this game. You'll start off, well, you start the game on the map on your own as it is, and you'll have like a couple enemies that you have to fight. But your main goal in the beginning is to get to the extraction marker and get out of there alive. Once you get back, the navigation or the training stuff tells you about SciAc or Cyber Acme, and they're a company that's invested in figuring out what's going on with Tau Ceti and why it failed. So they'll give you a couple contracts that you partake in, and they're basically just objectives for when you drop down to the planet next. Some of them you do, and you can either die or get extracted. If you die, you still get to keep the progress and stuff, as long as it's completed. It has to be completed for it to count, so you can't just add on to the progress, unfortunately. But yeah, then there's other contracts where you have to extract. So if you do die, all of your progress just goes away. So, or the contract doesn't count as complete, and it basically acts like you didn't do it. So those are usually contracts for like collecting stuff. Usually the ones where you can die or where they allow you to die. They're usually like find a terminal and download the information and transmit it to us or whatever type of stuff. You'll see that a lot with our next group, New Caloric. They're kind of like the I guess they're like a shopping company. They supply food and clothing in this or in this story. So basically, they're kind of like PepsiCo, if PepsiCo owned like everything. So a lot of their objectives revolve around seeing what the civilians of Tau Ceti found on the planet, whether it be geographical data or plant life or whatever that they can use to make into food or materials and stuff. But this is what your contracts will kind of look like. I should have recorded when I first started playing so you guys could get kind of a easier gist of how things work, but it is what it is. But yeah, you'll be given like a little bit of information on like, story-based stuff. So like why they're making you, or what they kind of are looking for and stuff during this contract. And then your objectives down below. So for this one, if I were to take it, would be to scan sparkleaf incubators in South Relay. So basically, it'll tell you to find something or scan something, a specific item, which would be like the sparkleaf incubators, and then it'll tell you where to go find it. So in this case, it'll be in the South Relay in the perimeter. Perimeter is the name of the map, and South Relay is a section of that map. You'll see it when we get into the planet. I think this is a tier-based one, so I don't know if completing this one means that it unlocks this next one, or if I complete this one, then it automatically adjusts me to go into this one. Not 100% sure. We'll figure that out as we go, if we get to it tonight. But I'm at the point with New Caloric where I can kind of choose what contracts I want to do. They have priority contracts, which are basically uh, your main quests essentially to complete. They give you representation with the corporation that you're working for, which means more contracts and more opportunities for upgrades and uh, sponsorship packages and stuff like that. Sometimes you get like free stuff, I guess. So, and then boosted contracts. I'm assuming that it's just like a side quest that you can do that just gives you a lot more representation or whatever. I'm assuming that's what this is. Um, so, you know, good to do if you're looking to get more rep and advance in their corporation a little bit faster. And then you have standard contracts, which I think are just side quests, essentially. Um, they don't really add more than what you'd normally get with representation and stuff, but they're there if you want to do them. But your main goal is to get done with the priority contracts. And then I'm currently working on Traxxas, which is they're the corporation that essentially made the marathon in conjunction with the UESC, as far as I'm aware. Uh, Obviously, doesn't really matter because every single one of these corporations or government agencies, talking about you, um, wants to take out the UESC involvement on the planet for their own benefit, I guess. So, um, yeah. Oh, it does keep the progress that you did. That's great because I don't want to have to do both of these at the same time. Let me tell you, the robots, they may be like simple AI and stuff, but like they pack a punch. You're kind of like a glass cannon. Even me, who plays as like a tank unit, finds myself getting just shattered and stuff by enemy fire and whatnot. So something to keep in mind. But that's cool that they keep that stuff going. I didn't make any money off of it because I didn't actually complete the contract yet, but that's all right. Oh, and once you complete contracts, not only do you get a payout, but you also get access to a reward. This one's locked right now. Looks like we're getting. I wish that would go away. I don't know why that's sticking there, but it looks like we're getting a modded Magnum, which is a pistol, and then I don't know what's below that. I think that's a glitch, but whatever. But yeah, to activate a contract, you click activate, and then you just jump right into it. I can kind of show off what the upgrades are real quick too. Um, this here, okay, so this is. Oh, this is kind of just a breakdown of like who the company is and stuff, and who you're effectively talking to. Kind of gives you a picture of what you're looking at, or the AI that you're working for. And then, yeah, brief overview of like, if you work for this company, they'll give you more stuff and blah, blah, blah. When you rank up in, uh, in your, or in this corporation's, whatever. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at explaining this stuff. I'm used to first person shooters that are like, just drop in and shoot things and stuff. That's literally it for me. I'm assuming that the rank system will be like how much representation you get with the corporation, and then if you get enough, you upgrade to the second rank, and that unlocks new uh, rewards package, and also allows you to go into upgrades. So you can buy like new upgrades and stuff. As you can see over here, these are the things that you need. So you need money, you need microprocessors, spark leaves, just stuff that you find on the planet and stuff that you get just from doing, or money that you get from selling stuff and doing contracts. Pretty simple. That's pretty much the simplest I can do for it. Or I can explain it, so. But let's go ahead and jump into it, because this is a game after all. The mechanics are one thing. Yeah, let's go ahead and dive on into it. We're gonna go... Well, we can look at the thing when we get there. Here's where you'll kind of ready up and stuff, make sure everybody's good to go. I really hope that goes away before we get to the map. That's annoying. But we're gonna ready up, and then when everybody's ready, you hit run, and you deploy. So, yeah, if it wasn't obvious before, this pretty much gives you an overview of what you're supposed to do. So you complete contracts for factions to get more reputation and earn more loot. You gather loot in-game from certain zones, and that can add to your money count. It can also just be upgrades and health items and consumables and stuff, and even weapons, stuff that I'm actively looking for. And then you only get to keep that loot, though, if you exfil, which is extract. So it's basically your, well, exactly what I said, an extraction point. Obviously, extraction points are kind of a dead giveaway to where you are. It shoots a big old bright light up in the sky, which I'm pretty sure other players can see. Haven't really had to worry about other players coming after me. I think the community's pretty nice to not go after you, but I mean, if they do, I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. That's half the fun. But AI will definitely come after you, so keep an eye out. And here we go. Got a bit of a storm going on.
Reminder, weave worms ready to acknowledge life-to-death transition. Shutdown begets new flesh.
Neat little flavor text. Anyway, if you hit the M button, I don't know what it is for controllers, but I'm playing with mouse and keyboard. You can pull up your map. Sorry, oh, that's lightning. Careful, because it works exactly like you'd think it does. If it strikes you, that kills you. So, but yeah, we need to check out our contract and see where that we need to go. So we need to go to the North Relay. So luckily everything's kind of labeled out. We're going to hit up North Relay and set a waypoint, and that's where we're going to go. So gameplay wise, sorry if I do die. I'm going to try and be as explanatory as I can be, but yeah, your goal is to complete your contract. If you have a contract, I think you can come down here without one, but there's not much point because you don't get a whole lot of money from that. But yeah, usually you're going to be walking around. You can also run. If you look below the crosshair, that little line that's growing, yellow to red, that is your overheat meter, basically your stamina. After a while, it will overheat, and then you have to wait for it to recharge before you can do abilities or sprints. So keep that in mind. I don't know what that was, but that's... Oh, there's gunfire over here. Hopefully we don't come across anybody who's looking to kill us, so just keep that in mind. There are people that are actively playing, and they will shoot you. That's how you lose your stuff. That's how you lose money. I haven't really found a situation where I'm without money, luckily, but I can only imagine that that'll probably be mitigated with microtransactions. Hopefully not. I'm hoping they just give you like an allowance type of deal, but we'll see. Cool. Grab that. But yeah, we're going to make our way to the North Relay without getting killed, hopefully. Wish they'd add more loot to this network here. Graphics-wise, oh wow, that's unfortunate. Graphics-wise, it's still an alpha, so it's not going to be great, but it is what it is. I, for one, don't really judge a game too much on its graphics because most games nowadays don't have the greatest of graphics, in my opinion. Did I just walk backward? Whatever. So you're not going to hear me talk too much about that. There's obviously going to be some glitches in this game too. Overheated a little. But yeah. Nothing too crazy. You also have a time limit for how long you can be on the map. You're only allowed here for like 25 minutes at a time. So keep that in mind. It will constantly remind you in 5-minute increments how close you are to your timer. So just keep that in mind. We are at the North Relay Station. This is where the AI usually resides, but this is also where a lot of your loot comes from. Keep that in mind, and keep your ears open for footsteps. If you crouch, you can't be heard. So, yeah, basically goes by Halo rules. Although in Halo, it just kept you from being spotted by the motion tracker. Kind of being a little bit cautious here, because I can afford to die, I just prefer not to. I'm also not playing with a mic, so nobody can hear me. Although I think it's party chat only, so even if my mic was on, that wouldn't count. In here you will find loot that you can pilfer through and stuff. Case in point. Okay, that's me. I keep hearing footsteps. Got ourselves a frag grenade, which will auto-equip. Smoke grenade, ammo, heavy rounds, and vault cells. It's basically just ammo. Nothing too crazy. Oh, that's our ability.
In 20 minutes.
Oh, there's the door. I don't want to make too much noise. This one is locked. Haven't found any keys yet in this game, so whatever. Picked up something. I don't know what that was. You can find credits on the map too. Very handy, because you're going to need them. Obviously. Medical cabinets will have medical stuff in them, and stuff you can sell, but... Ooh, large shield recharge, nice. The big thing you're going to want to look for is health kits, or patch kits. Those are your health. Your shield will protect you for a certain amount of time. If you look in the bottom left, the little bar is your shield, and the big bar is your health. That little bar doesn't stay alive for long, so... Can't remember. C, okay. C is your punch. You also have a knife, but... that's mostly for stealth kills. Microprocessor. Oh, I'm out of room. I hear something. Somebody's walking around. Somebody's killing things. Okay, so where do we need to go? Usually they give me like a thing to look at or whatever. Actually, I really should have crouched. Sorry. Like I said, I'm not super great at this. I'm still kind of learning how things work. This is just a Halo player at his finest. Oh my gosh! Okay, that was new. I was not expecting him to come around so fast. Okay, we can't pick up any of this stuff. Can we pick up his weapon, though? Oh, yeah. Word. Definitely picking that up. Okay, cool. Okay, we're going to heal ourselves a little bit, recharge our shield. If you hold down your recharge button, you can switch between items. We're gonna keep that on shield charge, though. Whew! Sorry if I cuss during this, by the way. I've already said that I'm kind of not too worried about that. Is a gas room. Close that, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna apologize now. I might drop a bit of a curse here and there. Hopefully not too many though. I try to be a good boy. Alright, real talk, we need to figure out where the heck this thing is. It can't be that far from here. Usually there's like a waypoint marker that pops up. Oh, you know what? I already did the thing. I killed something. Okay. Sorry, I'm all lopsided and stuff right now. I guess we can repair that. Big emphasis on cats.
Stand by.
Oh, okay. Well, while we're waiting for that, let's set our waypoint for extraction. There was another extraction in the middle of the map. I don't do that anymore. You know what? That's not even worth the wait. But the last time I did a guarded extraction, things spawned in like right behind me while I was standing there.
15 minutes until signal lost.
So
You may enter the decontaminated area.
oh, of course it's done now. Whatever. I don't have time for that. I did what I needed to do. I need to get out of here before I get gunned down and lose all my stuff. There is fall damage in this game, by the way, so try not to drop too far from the top. I need to be careful because there might be somebody over here. If I'm playing this game too cautiously, for those of you who have played extraction shooters before, please let me know. As I am open to criticism. Like I said, I haven't really played a whole lot of extraction shooters, so this feels like a... Oh, I thought that was a shadow. It is a shadow, but it's weird. It almost feels like a survival horror to me, to a certain extent, so... Let's see if we can get to our extraction without dying. There is also wildlife in this game, so I think those are tick eggs. Or maybe not that, but there's some red spots that are tick eggs, and those hurt, and they infinitely spawn, so don't run into them. Alright. Gonna kind of lock in a little bit. I wish there was more time to like show off like what's going on in the game and stuff, because like there is like some pretty cool scenery and stuff. I'm really hoping that at some point Bungie kind of yields a little bit and gives us more of a single player type of game mode. I know technically I'm playing on my own as it is, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind having like a campaign or something to kind of explain some of the stuff going on. That dude had a shield open. I don't know why. I'm gonna kind of take it slow. Watch, I'm gonna run over here and there's gonna be something trying to kill me. There's our extraction.
I have detected an opportunity for considerable profit.
There are profit opportunities that pop up. I'm not going to worry about them. I am determined to get out of here alive this time. I am going to hide, and when that thing starts to get ready, because it has to warm up for a little bit, when it is ready, though, I'm going to run into it and get the hell out of here. I died so much yesterday, which is, like, crazy considering my first day I didn't die a single time. I know those were easier contracts to take care of, but, like, yeah, I got wrecked yesterday. It was bad. But so far, this has gone pretty well. Oh, okay. Alright, we're going to activate our riot shield just in case, because usually when they're here, they come up from there. So, and there we go. I will say, compared to Halo and other first-person shooters, this game is a little more stressful than I was expecting it to be. But it is kind of fun. It does have a bit of a rush to it, so... And once you complete a run or you die, it'll take you to the cam of another player. Doesn't tell you who they are, which is fine. I don't really need to. But yeah, it'll show what they're doing and stuff. This guy's taking it a little more cautiously too. Good for him. Or her. Or whatever. Anyway, we exfiltrated, so we completed our contract, we survived, and we got quite a bit of money out of that. Well, I'd say a little bit. But that's okay. We got what we needed. And we also got microprocessors. That's like the first one that I've seen. And plastic filament too. But yeah, you'll get like auto sold stuff. So credits, they get auto sold and just, well, they're not really sold. They're just applied to your credit anyway. And then you'll get like certain consumables and stuff that you can just auto sell because they don't serve any purpose to you. But yeah, we did all that, and we can go to the faction to claim our little gift package and get more contracts. It automatically turns on crew fill. I always turn it off. Maybe later on down the road I'll go into more, or I'll play with randos and stuff, but for right now, it's just not how I prefer to play. So, anyway, we're going to claim our reward and see a little video, I guess.
Your destruction of UESC forces indicates notable dedication. Traxxas invites you to take professional satisfaction in being a vital contributor to the preservation of a free market. For your efforts, you have been recorded in our temporary asset database and classified as compliant. Traxxas thanks you for your participation.
Nice. Anyway, later, creepy lady. Oh, I thought I'd have more contracts to work with for them. Oh, I can claim this. And that'll probably unlock more, so. We're Rake 1 with Traxxas. Awesome. And we probably got a bunch of stuff in our storage, so very nice. And if we hit space, we can decrypt the next group of dossiers, so. Let's see what we got.
As a compliant asset, you are eligible for a new contract with Traxxas Offworld Industries. Currently, the UESC seeks a monopoly on Tau Ceti for resource extraction. Traxxas would like your help recovering market share. To understand the scope of opportunity, Traxxas requests that you complete a thorough survey of both colony materials and UESC supply drops. Any assets acquired during this assignment are yours to keep. Simply share your findings promptly and you will be compensated at a competitive rate.
Cool. So, basically just smash and grab type of stuff. Loot supply drop containers and perimeter. Follow flares to find and loot cache. Oh, cache containers in perimeter. Alright, cool. Oh, we have a Dire Marsh objective too. Huh. So I guess you don't have to complete all the objectives in one go. So that's kind of nice. It's actually super nice. Oh, I got so much money. I know that's like nothing compared to like some of the more experienced players, I'm sure. But it's a lot for me, so I'm happy. But yeah, I guess you can do these at your own leisure and complete them over time. So that's kind of nice. I think or this reroll thing, I think just shakes up what you what contracts you can have. So if you don't like one of your contracts, you can roll and get like a new set or whatever. Kind of neat. But I'm not too worried about that. With that being said, I can do new caloric, which is just a... Okay, it's just a scavenger hunt type of deal. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go stick with Traxxas. I was hoping these would get unlocked, but whatever. Does Cyber Acme have anything new? No, of course not. Dang it, I want their stuff, because Cyber Acme is like kind of a big part of the original marathon. Traxxas is too, but Traxxas is kind of mentioned in like Stride. Cyber Acme you interact with a lot more. And then Mida's kind of one that I'm a little more interested in story-wise, because their story is pretty deep in the first game. So it's also all the ARG has been about. So hopefully I get to do something with that. So we need to just loot containers. You know what? We'll give this a shot. It's all on perimeter. And we don't have to go anywhere specifically. Well, except for the flares. But we don't have to go anywhere specific for looting boxes and stuff. So it sounds a lot easier than it has been. Let's go check out our loadout. See if we can upgrade some stuff or see what they gave us. They gave us quite a bit. We're gonna add a shield to our group or to our upgrades or equipment. Basically, that extends your shield, so makes you a little bit, or it makes you survive a little bit longer. Long range chip, that's kind of nice. Ooh. I want to try that, but that's like one of my better weapons at this point, so I'm probably gonna hold on to that for now unless I absolutely need it. But dang it, that would be nice to play around with. Well, I don't have anybody to revive, so that doesn't really matter. Just save that for when I actually play with other people. Impulse choke. Oh, that's for the shotgun, which I have yet to find, but I'm hoping to find one at some point. I think that's everything we got from here. Did we unlock anything new here? Oh, we can buy the pistol. Well, screw that. I guess we will use that pistol after all. Uses heavy ammo, which means I'm gonna need to carry some. Oh, I already got heavy ammo. Nice. Looks like I'm all ready to go. I'm gonna leave the smoke grenade behind. I don't really care much for smoke grenade stuff. It doesn't really help me in my situation. I'm more of a frag grenade type of guy, so not even gonna bother with the signal jammers. It just seems like too much effort to activate it. So I think we have everything. Yeah, let's do it. I want to see how we do. Oh, I'm so happy about that. Yeah, yesterday was such a awful time for me playing this game. I got absolutely wrecked, and I lost so many weapons and so much money just from yesterday's playthrough alone. Today is going a little bit better. If I die at this point, it's fine, but it's nice to get a win every once in a while. But yeah, we'll do this one, see if we can beat it or not, and if we do, cool. If not, whatever. But after this one, I think I'll wrap up the video. This is already a pretty lengthy video to begin with, so. By the way, if you guys hear any meowing or whatever, that is my cat. She is out here with me today. She's all hopped up on catnip and cat treats. Having the time of her life on her little cat tree. I would show her, but camera's been a little funky lately. I do hope the load times get a little bit better when the base game comes out. That's one of the only complaints, well, one of only two complaints that I have. The biggest complaint I have is what happened yesterday with the guarded extraction point that I went to, where I was standing there waiting for the extraction, and things just, like, popped up out of nowhere. They all just spawned in just out of the blue. Hate when that happens, because you can't really stop, or you can't really protect yourself from that when you're just right out there in the open. Anyway.
Reminder, UESC detected nearby. Fatal outcomes are highly probable.
I think we're going to go ahead and scout out the station. That way we have kind of a clear shot to the extraction. Hopefully I won't run into too much resistance. Actually, I really shouldn't be running through that. Makes me louder. But yeah, if you look in the bottom left, our shield is a little bit bigger. It's green now too, so should be a little bit harder to kill now, hopefully. I think that's a dropship for the robots. I'm not 100% sure, but you'll see stuff flying up in the space here and there. I'm assuming that's for enemy reinforcements. I hear things killing each other, and I'm assuming that means that there's players over here. Sorry, I know my climbing's kind of jank, but I'm so used to Halo. Oh, that's a player. I'm going to hide a little bit, because I really don't want to have to deal with them. That is one of the invisible guys. Dang, he is like all over the place. We have the ability to kind of make a mad dash too. I'm going to use that quite liberally here, just to be safe. That has saved me on numerous occasions, so I don't necessarily mind doing that. Alright, hopefully nobody's in here. I don't really think there's anything to loot in here. I think this is where you start off in the game too. Commander deployed. At the station. That's not good. Kind of boxed myself in here. That's not good. Oh, here's something to loot. Oh, it didn't count though. They have to be specific containers. Dang it. Alright. That sucks. See what this pistol looks like. Yeah, it looks like the Halo 1 pistol. There is a pistol called the CE Magnum, which I think is a reference to the Halo 1 Magnum. It's not nearly as strong, though. I'm assuming this is going to be just about that strong, though. It's got heavy, heavy bullets. I really don't want to die here.
A profit opportunity presents itself.
I don't care. There's a terminal here, though. Shipment inbound.
Progress made. Updating tracker.
I guess that's a side objective or whatever. I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, I'm here for my main goal, so... Oh. Somebody's running around. Alright, we are going to be kind of careful in here. Is that them activating the same terminal I was at? If so, that kind of sucks, bro. I bet you they're upstairs. Oh, they killed some things. Oh, Conquest LMG. Nice. Not sure if it's a good weapon or not, but they got them, so.
Recall window will remain stable for 20 minutes.
Cool.
UESC reinforcements incoming.
Oh boy. Ah! Ah! Sorry, bro, but it's survival of the fittest out here. Oh boy, that could have been so much better, but whatever. We're gonna sit here and heal for a sec. I will tell you right now, as somebody who is new, I am quite merciless. So, yeah. I do feel kind of bad about doing that, though. Data card, alright. Oh, no! Oh, oh no! Well. Yep, kind of figured that was gonna happen. They got me with a chemical grenade, too. Oh, well. Nah, that scared me. Oh, well. I guess you could say that's karma for killing that one guy. Oh, well. What is this guy doing? Goodness. See, they make killing them look so easy, but it really isn't. These guys are tanky. Well, that's a bit of a shame, but like I said, I'm not the best at this game, and I kind of figured I was gonna die at some point, but that's alright. They got me good, though. But whatever. We didn't make any progress on that either, but oh well. Oh, all that stuff. Anyway, yeah. So you got to see me exfil, but you also got to see me die. Sometimes it happens that way. Just is what it is. So no biggie. But yeah, if you guys liked what you saw, like I said, the alpha is still. I think they're still giving out alpha codes. Definitely keep an eye out. Sign on to get onto the Marathon official Discord. You should be able to find it on the Marathon X page, and I think the Marathon YouTube channel. But definitely give it a look-see. What else? And then the game itself, or the actual game itself, comes out September 24th, I think. It was either September or November. I don't remember the exact date, but it'll be coming out this fall. It so far I'm enjoying it. Uh, Especially as somebody who's never really played extraction shooters. I've always kind of been put off by what is out there and stuff. So um, I don't know. I'm one of those guys that doesn't really branch out into whole new worlds and stuff. So this is kind of a good way to get me into extraction stuff. I also just like the universes that Bungie makes. So anyway, that's enough. That's enough lifting them up. Like I said, see if you can get into the Marathon Alpha. If not, the game's going to be coming out this fall. And I think there'll be an open beta at some point too, so keep an ear out for that as well. But yeah, with that being said, you guys have a fantastic day, night, wherever you may be. Stay safe, and see you guys next time.